Hi, my name is Laura Cordero, and I'm here to talk about abortion. So, first of all, think of the word abortion. Um, it's usually seen as something selfish, right? Some type of criminal act or something illegal. But this word is not really looked into deeply to what it really is. So, think about a normal teenager, just like me, somebody that's starting college, somebody that just got into high school, or even a normal adult which already has a life. Well, obviously, everybody wants to have a safe sex life, and nowadays, this is thought as something that you should get protected, and there should be no reason to have an abortion at some point. But a true fact is that these are not 99% effective. So even if a young woman, a young student, or already a grown woman who already knows the way life works and stuff, um, starts using protection in order not to have a child, because obviously there's certain reasons why somebody wouldn't want to have a child. Um, Starts using protection, right? But still somehow end up being pregnant, which obviously makes no sense because that's the point of having protection and doing all this acts in order not to be what society calls an abortion, because then abortion is like how everybody sees it is as killing a young child's life. But think about it. There's many factors such as like the resources there's needed to have a child. So basically all the food, all the money you need. Not everybody at this point has those types. Some people are in less status and they have less money. So this means bringing a child to a life which they're not going to be truly supported by, and they're not going to be 24/7 attended by their parents, or sometimes even single mothers, which is most of the cases of abortion. Not only money, but a child basically changes somebody's whole life. So you would be spending how it is supposed to be 24/7. So feeding them, especially when they're little, you have to like be with them so they could grow the correct way, right? Well, this wouldn't be possible. And if you think about it, women are being controlled by the government just because it's their own bodies. So all these political people, they're trying to control women just because of the way of what they do, and it doesn't really make sense. Why would you want to have a child that you wouldn't be able to take care of at this point? That is kind of the selfish part of it. Not selfish because of wanting to kill a child, but to save a child's life from all society. Not even that, but the way society is working on now, there's many dangers, and if you're not going to be able to protect the child from these, then it wouldn't really make sense to bring it, right? In 2008, just like in the study in 2008, more than 86 million pregnancies were unintended. And this was also a controversial topic, just like in the Supreme Court, Roe versus Wade, where Roe, which was a normal woman just like everybody else, got pregnant, yet she didn't want to have a child because of personal reasons, which should be totally understandable because it's her body. It does not belong to society or government. Well, what basically happened was that she went and sued the state of Texas because they weren't letting her do an abortion. And the final outcome was that, yeah, they were legal, but they had certain restrictions, which truly, you would think, okay, this worked, but restrictions like what? Well, in the United States, most states, some states, not all of them, have legalized abortion, but in cases like rape, which obviously makes sense. If you were raped and you're pregnant, why would you want to have a child? But there should also be less restrictions, not because somebody wants to kill a child, because those are not the only reasons you wouldn't want to have a child, because you got raped. That's basically saying like you have to be tremendously harmed only to not have that child. What if you don't have the money? What if you don't have the resources? What if you are simply not ready? There's people that are not ready. Bringing a child into the universe and not be able to take care of them, that's tragic if you think about it. And just somebody like me, which the whole life, like from school, from pre-K, from elementary, now high school, and I'm starting college, we are taught, yes, use protection if you're going to have a safe sex life and you'll be fine. which is not true because, like I said, is 99% effective. What about that 1%? There's many probabilities, even as hard as somebody tries. And there's so many factors, not all of them correctly work. And at this point, society shouldn't be able to limit what a woman wants to do with her own body, because it's her own body and it shouldn't be seen as an object of selfishness. Imagine having to go through having a baby that you don't want to have just because society made you to, and you were just trying to save somebody from having such a terrible life. Having to go to foster homes, not be able to take a child, that's like a part of a woman. You're having a child in your belly for 9 months, and you're going to have to let it go just because you don't have the resources, instead of just having an abortion at a time. Well, in my opinion, this view of abortion should be changed, and it shouldn't be so hard for a woman to have an abortion as long as they have their own reasons, because it is their own body. It does not belong to anybody else. Somebody just wouldn't want to kill a child just because, but it should be more seen into. And just put yourself in those shoes. Why?